In my honest opinion, Diluc is one of, not if the most underrated character in Genshin Impact, which is a shame because he has such a great story and is overflowing with potential. There's a lot about Diluc's character I quite like. For example, his cold personality towards those he doesn't trust, especially the Fatui. But he has a sweet side to him that he never shows to anyone, even to the ones he cares about. He's like the Sundari of Mondstadt. Also, before any of you ask, no, I hate Sundars. I find them really annoying and very, very infuriating. Like seriously, yes, you kicked me in the head and called me a pervert for looking in your goddamn eyes. And yet, for some unknown reason, people still think they're bestial. Though I do admit there are some good Sundaras, but the majority of them I just hate. Anyways, what was I talking about again? Oh yeah, right. Nah, Diluc. Anyways, this is probably one of the main reasons why I really like Diluc is because of his hatred towards the Knights of Avonius. Seriously, those guys are some of the most useless bastards I've ever seen in my life. So enough about this introduction. Let me actually talk about the Dark Knight hero himself, Mr. I own the biggest winery in Mondstadt but hates alcohol, the Batman of Genshin, Diluc. From what I've seen from the Genshin community, the majority of people don't like Diluc. That can be contributed from a number of things. Either they don't like his gameplay, he's not strong enough, they don't like his design, and many more. But from what I can tell, the main reason why they don't like Diluc is because of his personality, which is fair enough. Diluc's personality is like a 50-50 and either you're gonna like him or not. I can definitely see people why they don't like him. But personally, I like it. At first, I was pretty neutral to his personality, but it grew on me. I think it's a very unique personality because he's the only character that has that character trait. The closest person I can think of with a very similar personality is Little Dude, also known as Xiao. He has a very interesting personality. He acts very cold towards those he doesn't trust or people he hasn't met before, but he has a sweet side to him. He can be surprisingly kind in some moments. So people always joke about how Diluc is the Batman of Genshin, but ironically, it is the best way to describe Diluc's whole character. Both of their parents died right in front of them. Both of them are very rich and the current CEO of their family business. The both of them go at night to monitor the city and protect it from any criminals. They use secret identities when they are going out at night. A lot of similarities, am I right? Also, I highly doubt the Knights of Favonius can take care of all of the crime that is happening in Mondstadt because those guys are really some of the most incompetent people in the world. I'm pretty certain they're the reason why Jean is always overworked. So, I haven't explained Diluc's deep hatred for the Knights of Favonius, and that's where the next part comes in. One of the main character traits of Diluc is his infinite hatred towards the Knights of Favonius and the Fatui, in which you'll understand why he hates the both of them once you know his past, especially the Knights of Favonius. Those guys are just the worst. You see, long ago, Diluc was actually part of the Knights of Favonius, in which I'm pretty certain he was the cavalry captain before he left. So, you might be wondering, what event took place that made Diluc leave the Knights of Favonius as well as hating them? Well, while Diluc and his father were going back to the Dawn Winery, they were attacked by Ursa the Drake. If you're wondering who is Ursa, he's basically a massive dragon. All of this information is from the Genshin Impact webtoon series. Anyways, Diluc tried to attack Ursa to defend his father, but he was too weak. He didn't even scratch the guy. And when Ursa was about to kill Diluc, his father manages to make Ursa retreat by using a delusion. In which, if you don't know what a delusion is, it's an artificial vision. Also, you need to know that delusions come with a handful of drawbacks that can kill the user, in which I'm pretty certain you can see where I'm going with this. One of the attacks of the delusion backfired and killed Diluc's dad. As per usual, the Knights of Favonius arrived after the death of Diluc's dad. They even tried to cover up his dad's death so it won't damage the reputation of the Knights of Favonius. And what's even worse, they belittle his father's life by calling him a mere businessman. You can imagine after this he was pretty pissed. And right there and then he decided to leave the Knights of Favonius as well as leaving his vision behind. Which I'm pretty certain is a continuity error because the entirety of the Inazuma Arc Conquest is about how taking a person's vision is taking away their ambition. Though maybe it's a different story if the person is willingly giving it away, but we don't know the real answer. Actually, there's another error here because the entirety of the time when Diluc became the Dark Knight hero for the first time, he was using his father's delusion, in which should have killed him, but he's fine. He isn't older or anything, or like what happened to Tempe. Anyways, after that day, he now protects Mondstadt on his own at the dead of night. In my opinion, I think this is a great backstory for Diluc, because not only does it make me like him even more, it also made me sympathize for him. His father died, and the people he was working for tried to cover up the death and belittle the life of his father, in which I almost forgot. This was in Diluc's 18th birthday, which makes it even worse. It also explains why he hates the Knights of Favonius as well as the Fatui. You might be wondering, why didn't I talk about his story quest or his involvement in the Archon quest? Well, simply put, I find them less interesting than his appearance in the webtoon. Actually, you know what? Let me talk about his story quest a little bit. I quite like his story quest because it shows what type of person Diluc is. First of all, it succeeded on making me like him because I think it is the catalyst of what made me like Diluc. His appearance in the Archon quest wasn't that satisfying. We barely got to know him. All I got from him in the Archon quest is that he hates the Knights of Favonius, is very untrusting and cold to strangers and to the people he hates, more specifically Kea, and Jean considers him a superior of some kind. And that's about it. Also, I might be forgetting something because that was so long ago. Anyways, as for his story quest, I really enjoyed it because it shows more about Diluc's personality. He really cares about the city of Mondstadt and the people in it, and the fact that he protects the city at night or by himself from the Abyss Order or any other threat to the city really shows that he is so effective at protecting the city and taking down the Abyss Order to the point where the Abyss Order considers him a threat, which I found really cool. It also shows how the Knights of Favonius really care about their image and doesn't want people outside their grip to be labeled as the protector of Mondstadt, which is exactly the same what they did to Diluc's father when he died. They tried to protect their image, and plus, that final cutscene at the end was just great.
There you are. Dealing with you will be the easy part.
Also, I did quite like when he was interrogating the Abyss Mage. I find that kind of funny.
Think I'm going to let you in on our secrets? I'm afraid you're quite mistaken.
You appear to have misunderstood the situation you're in.
Did you just use a pyro vision to shoot fire from your hands? Ah, it burns!
Let's see how long it takes for you to crack.
Stop! Stop! Please! Pain! I beg you! Make it stop!
Playing dead won't help you. That fire was nowhere near strong enough to... Oh, he seems to have passed out. Hey! You sleep when I say you can sleep!
It burns!
Just like I said in the beginning, Diluc is definitely one of the most underrated character in the game. He's definitely one of the characters that grew on me over time. The more I found out about his story as well as interacting with him, I found myself liking him more and more. I just hope he gets the love he deserves. So that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching to the end. I'm going back to school next week, so I probably won't be able to post as much videos every week anymore, though I will promise one video every week. That's the least I can do. So as per usual, time for me to announce my next video. Well, it's going to be about how I think the female character story quests are worse than the male character story quests. From what I can tell, the majority of the male story quests I just enjoy much more than the female story quest. I'll go more in depth in my future video, so I hope you're excited for that. So yeah, bye.